Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1275. Wow, 1275, getting close to 1300 episodes. Good morning. Happy Saturday. It's a college football weekend. Big game. Big game here in Madison, Wisconsin. We've got the SEC in town, the number 4 ranked Crimson Tide, Alabama Crimson Tide are in town in 11 o'clock kickoff down at Camp Randall Stadium. I will not be there. I will be watching from the comfort of probably here in my office. But big game today here in town. Alabama, Wisconsin. The Badgers are going to get smoked. They have not looked good in their first 2 games. They played Western Michigan and who the hell did they play last week? Didn't look good in either game, and they should have been walkover games. So I am not looking forward to the game today. It's probably going to be one of those days where I turn it on. Yes, cool. Alabama's in town. Big game. And midway through the first quarter, oof, this is ugly. I'm going to watch reruns of an 80s sitcom. I don't know. So I was traffic was crazy yesterday. Which normally it's not. Like, it was just like bustling, like Alabama was in town. And I live like far away from, I mean, you can probably get down to Camp Randall from my house in 20 minutes, 15 minutes. But it's far away. But the big Marriott is in Middleton, which is just a couple miles down the road, which sits right kind of where I travel to and from. Plus, there's a lot of it's Friday. It was 4 o'clock. There's a lot of business. What do you call it? Business malls, business office space all throughout. So that has a lot to do with Friday at 4 o'clock is going to lead to a lot of traffic, and of course, home football games. There's a lot of traffic in this area because all the away, the football team. I should have graphed. I should have went to the Marriott and who's on Alabama that you could get autographed. I wouldn't even know, but I bet there's graphers hanging out in the Marriott parking lot trying to get Alabama football autographs. But I ran to. So usually when I go to the post office, I'll go the back way. I'll go I'll go through my neighborhood, hop on a road, and kind of go the back way to downtown Middleton where the post office is. But I wanted to pick up some beer. I had to pick up Ernie. Ernie spent the afternoon at the office. It was take Ernie to work day for my wife again, a couple days in a row, give me a little respite. So I was going to pick up Ernie from the office, and I'm like, well, I need some. I'm gonna have some beers tonight. It's Anawan homecoming, so I was gonna watch the game. I did watch the game last night, and wanted to have a couple beers. And so I'm like, well, I can't leave Ernie in the car, so I'm gonna get beer before. So beer, post office, Ernie, home. So I have to go like I have to go the busy route to the gas station and then hop on the belt line, but it's only for one exit. But I go get the beer, and I'm getting the beer, and I walk in, and I could tell the cashier was new and must have been having a problem. I didn't think anything of it on my way in, but then I walk up and I'm like, oh shit, that's the same guy that was at the register. Now, I mean, we're talking 30 seconds, but usually it's. I mean, I bet I was standing there for 5 minutes, and the cashier, and I've been a cashier when I was working at the IGA. I was a cashier. I understand the difficulty of being new and not knowing the register 100%. And when if you make a mistake and you're trying to do the math in your head, and then all of a sudden there's a line mounting, it's very stressful. So I can relate. So that's why I don't get pissy like some people do. Fortunately, nobody in line was getting, at least outwardly pissy. Now, internally, I was pissy. Like, come on, like, go get help. I know there's somebody else working, please. Because the cashier was just like, like trying to figure it out. It's like, come on, man. Um, so was probably standing in line for like 5 minutes. And then I saw the other dude who's like he's worked there for a while. And I'm like, I almost like went over and like, hey, I think we have some issues up here at the register. And so and then the cashier did like say, hey, whatever his name is, and didn't hear. And then just instead of going and like finding him, just again spent another minute or two trying to figure it out. Didn't figure it out. I'm like, come on. And finally went and got help. And then there was still another guy in front of me. And then that was like pulling teeth to get through that transaction. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, I'm just paying with cash. It's a simple process. Beer, cash. Uh-oh. ID could be a problem. Gonna ask for my ID. And it was almost like a whisper. And I'm like, huh? Can I see your ID? Oh yeah, of course, here. And having trouble scanning the. I'm like, oh my god, make this end. Finally got through it. No issues. No further issues. So then I'm pulling out. There's sheriff, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. So no, that was not for me. That was not for me, but it was for. I'm like, son of a bitch. It's gonna hold up traffic. So I pull out, and then of course, so it's at the stoplight. It's the stoplight next to the belt line, which is the major thoroughfare. And it's just a fucking rat race at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So we're at the stoplight. So people are like going all over the place. So there was a car in front of me, and I'm like, what is going on? Is it a full moon? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, shit is crazy. So the car in front of me, so I'm in the turn lane to go to the belt line. And the car in front of me, after the squad car, because I was like at a previous stop sign coming out of the gas station and then pulling up behind this car after the squad car. After the squad car had gone through, the car in front of me like starts to pull out like he's going to go straight. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I start pulling forward, and then he like wants to get back. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Now he's blocking the middle lane now. I'm like, I hope another squad car is not going to be coming, and the light's still red. I'm like, what is this guy doing? So finally the light turns green and we go. The belt line's just the belt line at 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. So it's hard to get in. Another squad car comes in and pull over. And of course, people like don't know what to do. For me, I was still in the ramp, so I just pull off onto the shoulder. But once the squad car gets onto the belt line, it's like he's like playing freaking Frogger trying to get through. People are like, oh, I don't know where to go. Boom. So fortunately, it's only one exit. I finally am able to get off onto my exit. And then I told my wife I was going to be picking up Ernie at 4 o'clock. I left at 3:50, which normally would be plenty of time to stop and get beer, go drop items at the post office. And my wife works literally, her office is 2 blocks from the post office. Usually that's plenty of time. But not today. So now I'm off getting into downtown Middleton. There's the Capitol Brewery, and there was like a huge group of people walking to the brewery. And so like people are like, instead of people are too Midwest nice here. Like they stop for pedestrians. It's like, no, make the pedestrians stop for you. You're the car. You have the power. So we're waiting there for all of these people to walk. Like, Jesus. So I finally get in to the post office. Now the post office was the one place that I didn't have any issues with that I expected to, because there will be like 4 or 5. This is like Bo's soapbox. Bo leaves the house soapbox. I don't get out much. So usually there can be like 4 parking spots, and there's not too many. There's maybe 12, 15 parking spots. And a lot of people will use the post office parking spots and then walk across the street because there's limited parking across the street to the coffee shop or wherever. Deep breaths. Serenity now. So sometimes there's like 4 parking spots open, but people are waiting to get the first. Now it's like fucking 6, 7, 8 extra steps if you go to that parking spot instead of that parking spot. But people will wait and it backs up traffic. So I'm expecting that to happen. Fortunately, that did not happen. So I get in, I drop off my packages, and go back. And from there, it was good. Picked up Ernie. My wife said Ernie was a basket case this afternoon. I need to get some work done. Here you go. He should be tired. So we came home, and I grabbed a beer and needed one after that. We sat outside on the deck, and all of a sudden I hear a woof woof, and Rookie was outside. So we went down and played with Rookie. After we played with Rookie, Ernie got the zoomies in our backyard. So he was fucking pooped by the time Mom got home. So Mom was happy that Ernie's energy was he ran out of his energy, and so that was good. So good night. Anawan Wethersfield last night. Homecoming at Anawan did not go well. They've got 2 of their starting quarterback and their starting running back have been out since the first week of the season. Last night was week 3. So their running backs was an all-state running back last year as a junior. So that's hurt. It was a good game. Anawan ends up losing, I think 26-13 was the final score. Some calls didn't help. They had a touchdown get called back, and it was kind of like there was a lot of flags. They were flag happy last night, but can't blame the refs. So 1-2 start to my alma mater, and I don't know. The running back is actually my brother-in-law's nephew. No, that's not right. Is that right? No, that's not right. It's a relative. It's a close relative, like cousin. Maybe it's his first cousin's son, something like that. But they're close. So I'll have to reach out and see how he's doing. So field looked great. Anawan High School football field looked great. And I know some people in town painted the scoreboard and planted some flowers and got it all looking nice. They only play, I think they do play fresh soft games. The freshman sophomore games are played in Anawan. And then they get homecoming. They get one home game each year. If they have, I think the deal is if they have, since there's 9 games in the regular season, if there's 5 home games, Anawan gets 2. But if there's only 4 home games, Anawan gets their one game that's homecoming. So and they have to schedule homecoming around the home schedule and which games they get. I don't know how that works, but so it's an early. So September 13th, 14th, homecoming. Our homecomings were always like the last weekend of September or like the first or second week in October. But I think we also started a week later. No, that doesn't make sense. When I was in high school, it was the same schedule we're on now. Back in like the early to mid 90s, though, when there was a Wednesday playoff game, they would have two playoff games in 1 week, which is, they stopped doing that sometime in the 90s. But anyway, big game today down at Camp Randall in Madison for some college football. I'll have the game on at least momentarily until the Crimson Tide start blowing the Badgers out. Where am I at? Here we go. I'm going to talk about some Goodwill finds. I found some great stuff. I've probably gone through a third, maybe a quarter of the Goodwill palette. And I found some good stuff. So I'll talk about that. I did list some stuff in my eBay store. More to come. Check it out, 99centcards.com. Buy 7 or more items at regular price. You'll save 25% off at checkout. That's buy it now only. We do have our Tuesday night auctions are live. It's football this week, so check those auctions out. Get your bids in. We'll go live on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central, with a live stream counting down to the final hammer on this week's eBay auctions. Now, I have thrown some more eBay auctions that will begin tomorrow night, Sunday night, football auctions. So as the Chicago Bears and Houston Texans are kicking off Sunday night football auctions will be kicking off in my eBay store. So we'll have even more. And there's some really, I honestly think the football auctions that are going live on Sunday are even better than what's live right now. And I'm already pretty happy with the results so far of the Tuesday night auctions. There's still a few that don't have bids that I'm a little surprised. I thought maybe because they're relics, they're like RPAs and stuff. So I thought they would maybe get the minimum bid of 99 cents because of the $4.25 shipping. But we'll see. So check those out, 99centcards.com, link in the description. I added some baseball. What else did I add? Football. I did add some football, some 68 tops that were in the Goodwill pallet that are in really, really good condition. Some 80s, early 80s football added to the eBay store. Some 80s baseball added to the eBay store. Ooh, got real dark in here. It's the white hat. I like the white hat. Come on, camera, focus on the white hat. All right. We're just going to play in the dark. Let's go to the chat. Happy Saturday. Good morning. Todd Richardson's in the house. What's up? Tracy is, Orlando is here. What's going on? Good morning. Tracy is also here. Good morning. Waiting for my second granddaughter to be born today. Congratulations. That's pretty cool. Look at this hat. I wonder if it's going to focus. Oh, well. Red Light 34, what's going on? Good morning. HBG Gaming, what's up? Good morning. Happy Saturday. Good morning, Herman. He's rooting for the Badgers. Beat those damn Crimson Tide. Alabama Crimson Tide. HBG Gaming says good morning to everyone. George is in the house. He has a new hobby drive out. Do you have a new hobby drive out today? Well, it's the weekend, so maybe not. But talking about ripping yesterday on the hobby drive, and I commented that I'm a low roller. Like I'm not a gambler. But George, I do love your comment, your opinion on ripping with kids, which I think was influenced from Victor, the rookie card specialist video about buying unopened wax for his grandkids. And I love George's take on that. And it's George basically said it's a good learning tool. Who do you like? And I think George said, and George can type it in the chat, or you can just go watch the video. But essentially, like, asking your kid or grandkid, what do you like? And then when you open a whole box, are you satisfied? I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's a really good, profound idea. And it's a great way to teach. It's a great teaching moment for kids. Like, okay, you've got, say it's a hobby box of Big League, okay, $50. So say your kid gets $50 for the birthday, or maybe the Tooth Fairy, his inflation has hit the Tooth Fairy and it's $50. Whatever. Does the Tooth Fairy still exist? I don't know. But say your kid has $50 to spend. Okay, you go buy a box of Big League. And you can use that as, okay, now you could have used that $50 to buy this card and this card or this nice card. And what would you have rather done with your $50? Now, of course, that could backfire, and you could get, and this is where it could backfire. You spend your $50 and you get a $500 card. I don't know if there's a $500 card in Big League, but just say for a moment there is, and you get that big hit. that's where it could backfire, and the kid could be like, every box is going to be like this. So I guess you're in the back of your mind, you're like, God, I hope he gets a shitty box. So I guess it could backfire, but it could also be a good teaching moment. And, and the reality is, and I think as an adult now, and I always, I grew up, in the junk wax era where ripping like that's how we didn't have eBay. We didn't have the internet. We had card shops that were overpriced and grouchy old men behind the counter. And so to get cards, I had to go to the IGA and rip packs. But I loved it. I enjoyed it. It's also why I have like nothing of value from my childhood, because I ripped 1989 tops. But today I'm a low roller ripper. Sorry, Scratcher. Sorry, LRS. I'm a low roller ripper. I'm an LRR. I'm not buying Bowman Chrome that's out. I think it's out now. I'm not buying Bowman Chrome. Now I will buy Bowman hobby boxes because I do enjoy Bowman hobby boxes. Last year I bought some Bowman Chrome. I bought 2 boxes of Bowman Chrome at spring training this past March. And I was hanging out with Ethan Roberts and Luis Verdugo and his brother Rosman Verdugo, who's Luis plays for the Cubs minor leagues. Rosman is a prospect for the Padres. And I bought a couple boxes of Heritage, a couple boxes of Bowman Chrome. And the Bowman Chrome was like $350 a box. And it was brutal. Like one of my bigger hits was that Camilo Diaz that was at auction recently, and it sold for like $3.25. It was an orange shimmer numbered to 25. I pulled a Jacob Melton red numbered out of 10, I think. I haven't had the balls to put that at auction yet because it's probably going to sell for, I think it'll go for more than Camilo Diaz, but it might only sell for $10. And that was like the biggest hit of the boxes. And so that was a good learning moment, even at age 41, 42. Maybe I shouldn't open Bowman Chrome anymore. So I stick to my Topps Pro debut, which I didn't buy any this year. I spent enough on Adon Sanchez breaks and singles and Goodwill pallets. But, once Black Friday rolls around, Black November comes up for blowout cards and David Adams and Steel City, I'll shop around if I can find some decent deals. Some of it I'll buy to flip, a few months later. Some I'll buy to rip, little holiday rips. So, but I'm a low roller ripper. So check out George's Hobby Drive. He on George's channel. It's I thought it was great insight on using ripping wax as a teaching moment for kids. Sheena's in the house. Good morning. He's in Minnesota. The big Minnesota card show is this weekend. I've seen some photos and sounds like it's a great show up there. Donald's in the house. Good morning. He's in Macomb. We've got Minneapolis, Macomb, Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. Where else is a card show today? Donald Davis setting up in Macomb, Illinois. So if you're in Western Illinois area, check out the Macomb Card Show over at the VFW. Mikey's in the house. Good morning. Mikey has had 5 concussions growing up in high school playing sports and still have problems from it. I feel for Tua. Ow, that's not good, man. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, sucks for Tua. SoCal guys in the house. Good morning. G. John Sports is here. Glad game is in Madison. Weather in Bama is nasty. Hopefully, great game and Bama comes out on top. We better play better than last week. Roll Tide. And the Badgers need to play better than the last 2 weeks because they've played cupcakes the first 2 weeks of the season and have not performed well. They've got the wins, but not good wins. Not good wins. So I have a feeling your Alabama Crimson Tide will roll over the Badgers today in Madison. Cooter says it's a sound effect Saturday. Woo, woo, woo. That sounds European. That sounded like a European ambulance. George says you got the power until you run over a pedestrian. Yeah, and then you're in trouble. Don't run over pedestrians. Jody's in the house. Good morning. Cooter says we need Bo sound effects for all Saturday stories. Mr. Archer is here. Good morning. Dave Arnold's in the house. Finally got my redemption card back from 2021 Bowman Chrome. I also received, I don't think it was 2021. What was my Andrew Vaughn? It might have been 2023. But I did recently get a, let's see, what was my Andrew Vaughn? It's in my eBay store. Check it out, 99centcards.com. It's an Andrew Vaughn. Oh, it's the rookie auto. Oh, it is from 2021. Yeah, I just got the Andrew Vaughn Bowman Chrome rookie auto back from redemption, and I did rip it. It was something I ripped in 2021, and I just got it in the mail about a month ago from 2021 from Bowman. Or Bowman, that would have been Bowman Chrome. So it would have been this time. It would have been September, October of 2021. So almost 3 years later. Dave also 3 years later. They're catching up on 2021 redemptions. Orlando says, congrats, Dave. George says, you need a gray card to hold up in front of the camera. Oh, yeah. Not a new one today. No hobby drives today. George isn't driving today. I assume it's not a work day. It was about Victor buying it for the grandkids. Yeah, there you go. Dan's in the house. What's going on, Dan? I'm hosting a Menko meetup tomorrow, Saturday, 8 p.m. So for us in the States, that would be tonight at 7 p.m. Central tonight. We haven't met up since April. Should have 4 to 5 of us. Very cool. F-bomb. It's an F-bomb Saturday following an F-bomb Friday. Zach and Porter says, spend the 50 on Bitcoin. There you go. Take that $50. Don't buy a wax box. Don't buy singles. Buy Bitcoin. Yeah. Mikey says, I have my 1-of-1 George Lombard in my eBay store right now at auction, and Francisco Viorio auto of 25. Nice hits. Check out Mikey's eBay store. George says, I thought the guy that came up the Ohtani home run the other day was Ethan because of the glasses, right? Let's see. Dan says, he did give up a home run to last night was Ezekiel. Ethan gave up a home run to Ezekiel Tovar last night. And Ethan also gave up Darren Baker's first hit in Darren Baker's debut game. Dan says, I'm on season 3 of Early Edition, and the main guest star played a rookie Cubs pitcher who was going to throw a no-hitter. Very cool. Early Edition is a great show, but I also love like time travel. Like one of my favorite books behind me, that book right there is 11/22/63. Sometimes I get those numbers. Yeah, it's the JFK assassination. So it's a Stephen King book based about time travel. I read that book. It's like 800 pages. I read it in like 3 days. Loved it. And then I think it's on Hulu. They did a mini series, 11/22/63. So I love time travel. Early Edition, great show. But I watched it, but I didn't care for it as much. Time Tracks. Remember Time Tracks? I think it was probably it might have been out a little before Early Edition. Time Tracks was early 90s. 1993. Time Tracks was a science fiction television series that first aired in 1993. A police officer sent 2 centuries into the past to a parallel universe must apprehend and return convicted criminals who have escaped prison in the future. This was the last new production from Lorimar Television. Interesting. So it only aired maybe 1 season, 2 seasons, 93 to 94. Time Tracks. And it's Dale Midkiff. And it was one of those shows that aired on Fox and might have been in reruns. But I watched it, wasn't as big of a fan. Early Edition was a great show. When did Early Edition So yeah, just a couple years later. Early edition aired from 1996 to 2000. So it was on for 4 seasons. And it was set in Chicago. George says, I play skill games for free. Don't need to spend 50 on Bitcoin. There you go. That's the way to invest. Playing skill games and using your skill game money to invest in Bitcoin. Jody says, I'm very concerned about the status of Car Dealer Pro. It has been over a week and they still have not loaded Pro Debut into their database and no ETA known. Is the checklist? I don't know if the checklist is up. Let's go to. I'm not surprised that it's not because it's only been a week. Let's go to. Let's see. Oh, the checklist isn't even up. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Let's see. Hall of Fame card collector Mikey says, it's Car Dealer Pro still going strong. Absolutely. I've used it for how many scans have I put up this week? Let's go to let's see. I did 150 yesterday. Let's see. I only did 35 on Wednesday. I didn't do any on Thursday. I did, let's see, 100, 200. I did about 275 on Tuesday. And then I didn't do any last weekend. So still going strong for me. Johnny M, good morning. Did you ever move those binders? No, they are still sitting. Ironically, here's the funny thing. The morning that we talked about it and I said, I haven't even got any sniffs. Later that day, I had 2 messages about them. I had somebody say, what's your lowest? And I said 50. And then I had somebody offer me, somebody offered me 35 and I said, I'm firm at 50. Because selling only 5 of them is not going to put a dent if I could move a whole bunch of them. But I've actually looked on eBay and I might be able to move some on eBay. That might be a weekend. Are they going to be liquid? Am I going to move them very fast? Might be just as fast selling them on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know. We'll see. But no, I have not moved the binders. Johnny got rid of the last lot of 4 and just listed my last lot, hoping it goes today. Yeah, mine stuck. I've only had 2 inquiries. A $35 offer on 5 of them. Maybe I should have taken it. I said no. I'm set at 50. I think 50 is a good deal for it. And for $35 to go meet somebody it's like I don't want to piss around with that. So, but maybe we'll see. So I might throw some on eBay this weekend and see if I get any bites on eBay because I've looked, let's see. I've done a few searches because baseball card album. Here, let's share the screen. There we go. Oops. There we go. So baseball card album. We want to look for sold. And I also want to look at used because there's going to be a lot of new albums showing. So we want to find used. Those are categories, features, team, manufacturer, card condition. Well, they're not cards. So I guess now we're going to have to storage supplies. All right. Now we're getting into here we go. Now let's just make sure we're finding used and not new. There we go. So we've got used 108. So I actually have a couple of these baseball card binder, little cheapy things. I'm surprised that sold for $9. Let's see. Baseball card album binder. Let's not look at auctions. You know my thoughts. Auctions suck, but hey, go look at my auctions. Go look at my auctions. So here's a vintage baseball card album, 3-ring, 3 1/4 inch, navy blue. Sold at best offer. I guess I'm not on 130 point, but 2188 was the list price, whatever the best offer was, plus shipping. And that was an empty binder. Here, this is a cool. I'm sure these Topps albums sell for a premium, at least based on the sold prices they do. But I may have one of those somewhere. I definitely have over 100 albums now. I'm surprised this little shitty one. So I literally throw these away. I'm throwing away $10 bills. Well, actually, after fees and shipping, I'm probably throwing away a $2 bill. But let's see. Here's one. I have a bunch of these. So this one sold for $35. Empty. Actually, it came with 150 sleeves pages. Here was two of them, black and blue, sold for about $32. Here's a three used binders with 150. Wow, I could do that. That way, 55 plus $26 shipping. So they actually sell for a pretty good. There's 75 best offer was taken. We don't know, but and mine are, for the most part, all of mine are in good condition. I'd like to use them, but I have football, at baseball, there's a hockey. Wow, 25 of them. That'd be a bitch to ship, though. 25 of these binders. So there you go. So I think I'm going to go the eBay route and just see if I can get any bites, because it looks like there's a market out there. Dan says Andrew Vaughn, overall number 3 pick, 1.1 career WAR. Yeah, he hasn't performed very well. Brian's in the house. What's going on? Good morning. Mikey says of $2.99 instead of 25. My bad, I'm half asleep. Get some coffee in you. Zach says it's on Hulu with James Franco. Yes, it is. James Franco. Excellent feature. James's brother Wander used the time machine to avoid the law. So Zach's first 2 sentences are correct. The last sentence is 2 truths and a lie right there from Zach and Porter. It is on Hulu with James Franco. That's a truth. Excellent feature. That is also the truth. James Franco's brother Wander used the time machine to avoid the law. That, my friends, is the lie. And thank you for playing 2 truths and a lie. Johnny M says, my eBay selling costs are 42% of my gross sales. I know it includes shipping labels, but seems real high to me. I think that's pretty par for the course. Mine's around 45%. So when I'm typically running my numbers, I just assume 50% of my sales is from shipping and fees. In fact, let's go to my screen now. 45%, sometimes closer to 50%. Where we at? Sales. Wow. Actually, right now, for the last 30 days, my selling costs are only 39%. That's surprising. I would have expected that would be more closer to 45 to 50%. So 38.9% are my selling costs. Let's see. Year to date, I bet it's going to be a lot higher. Year to date. This year, generate 44.3% year to date. So that's actually a little lower than I expected. But yeah, your numbers seem right in line with what the costs are. Jody says maybe that's why it's not up. That dude from Duryea says some binders have horrible pages that start breaking down and leave oily residue. Be careful what you use from back in the day. So yeah, when I get these binders, and I don't use the binders, a lot of them have the if they have the they're crunching, it's like I'll pull the decent stuff, and the rest I'll take the pages out and I'll put those in a bulk lot. Anything that I use myself, I'll use the new stuff, like the new fresh pages. But yeah, some of those plastic pages from the 80s, oof, those are brutal. Let's show and tell some Goodwill stuff. I did share some of this stuff on Twitter yesterday. I didn't show this card. This looked like this was in. So this Goodwill palette is basically, I think it's from one donate. Like most of it's from one donation, and it's the same donation as the last palette. Because there's this, it's the similar like sets and ripped wax and stamps from the same card shop in Skokie, Illinois. So a lot of this stuff is from the same donator than the last one, and I'm thinking there might be even more for the next palette. So this was in there. A lot of this stuff's from the early 2000s. This is from 2000. Upper Deck Ionics. Very cool. Ken Griffey Jr. insert. I don't even know what it's awesome. I don't even know what it says. But this is about a $40 card. So that'll go in my eBay store. I'll probably list that today. There was an 82 Fleer box, and I assume it was a complete set. But I only assume that until after I find this. Cal Ripken Jr. Fleer rookie card. So that was... so I assume there was an 82 Fleer set. Oh, something that's not in here. There was an 83-84 O-Pee-Chee hockey. Now it's a 396 card set, and this is about a 600, 700 count box full. And I'm like, well, it's probably just duplicates and stuff. And then I saw a Gretzky, and I'm like, okay, if there's a Gretzky in here, there might actually be a complete set. So I said, as I was watching the high school game last night, I was sorting, and I'm missing quite a few cards. There was one Gretzky in there, but I'm missing quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I might be missing close to 100 cards actually out of a 396 card set and having 700 singles. So it's probably not a set I'm going to build. I'll probably just list. I've got a stack. I'll probably list some singles this weekend or next week. Some 83, 84 O-Pee-Chee hockey. They're in really good shape. Somebody asked me on Twitter the centering. I don't know. I didn't look real close. I think the Gretzky was centered. I'll have to look to see who else in that set is worth anything. So, yeah. In fact, George makes a great point. I may just put as a starter set and like here's what's available. Gretzky is in there, and Scott Stevens, I think, is that his rookie card was in there. So yeah, I might just because I've got it sorted. So it's 300 or, probably around 300 of the 396 of the set. Some early Tom Brady's. Here's a 2002 Topps Own the Game. So I've been finding a lot of early Brady's. This was disappointing. There was an 84 Topps traded set. But this is, it's a surface crease on, and now probably a corner ding, Bo, you dumbass. So an 84 Topps traded, and you can see it's got a crease. Now it's just on the surface, on the front surface. It doesn't go through the whole card. So that'll be at a discount in my eBay store. 84 traded Doc Gooden. There were 4 boxes of Allen and Ginter 2009 opened, but still some of the hits. None of the autos were in there, but the relics were in all of the minis. So this is Hideki Matsui, and this is the Bazooka back hand numbered to 25. I also found a hand numbered of 50 of somebody that I put in my eBay store. Here's a Michael Phelps. These don't sell for as high as I thought. The base cards of Michael Phelps only sell for a few bucks. I thought they would be much like Tony, and the Tony Hawk didn't sell for much at auction, but buy it now. I think it usually goes for about $10. Manny Pacquiao goes for like 75. So was surprised the Michael Phelps doesn't go for as much. Here's a mini framed relic, Tim Lincecum. I think he's got a pretty big collector base still. He's kind of one of those that was a big fan favorite for the Giants. Dontrell Willis, mini frame relic. Let's see. Here's a classic from 1976 Topps. This has got to be the best card in 76 Topps. Kurt Bavakwa, the Bazooka Bubblegum Blowing Champ. Here's a cool card. I haven't looked this up. NFL Sweet Spot. It's a Man U relic, manufactured relic. It's a unique souvenir patch, Peyton Manning. So that's pretty cool. And this is an semi-early, 2003. Antonio Gates rookie, numbered out of 675. This card may look like a common, but it's certainly not. The Adam Vinatieri rookie card. It's his only rookie. The last one I sold for $65, and it was not in as good as condition as this one. This is pretty nice, but there's some on the back. There's some sticky. You could tell it was bricked at some point. So this $50 to $75 on that card. And then this is an insert. I didn't think it was worth as much until I went to eBay, and this is about a $40 card. 2002 Pacific. Tom Brady, the New England Patriot. So those were some of the finds from yesterday. Fall Creek Collectible says, I believe that's the Mark Messier rookie in the O-Pee-Chee. Oh, let's check that out. 1983-84 O-Pee-Chee Messier. Let's see. I don't think it's it's not a rookie, but he's in it. He's card number 39. Let's see if I have that. I do not have the Mark Messier. I have the Gretzky. I have a couple of Gretzkys. I also have one of the league leaders, number 23. Oh, I don't have that one either. That's Messier and Gretzky. So it was kind of cherry picked out. So I'm wondering if there's there likely, based on how this collection was, how I'm acquiring this collection, I'm thinking there was a complete set to this. Like this whoever this was that donated was definitely a set collector, because there are complete sets and then there's not complete sets where it's like duplicates. So this box was definitely a duplicate box. So I don't know if this was sold in another capacity, and what I've received is just kind of the leftovers that were donated. Not sure. Maddie Matt's in the house. You get these from going to Goodwill type stores. I get these from Goodwill. Cooter says, I absolutely hate the 76 bubblegum card. I love it, man. I think it's a great card. Stuke's in the house. What's going on? Have a great weekend. You too. Fall Creek says, not the Messier rookie, my bad, but lots of others. Yeah, the set sells for about $200 to $300, right in the $200 to $300 range. So this one on eBay is listed for $250 plus shipping. I've seen sales between $200 and $300 on the sold. So I wonder what a partial set goes for. Let's look that up. Let's do a sold. Kind of go all the way down for sold. There we go. So 260 cards at auction with Greg Morris, sold for about 120 shipped. This one, a lot of these are from Canada. This one, it is the Scott Stevens rookie. Okay, so I do have the Scott Stevens rookie. I do have the Wayne Gretzky. So that one sold for about close to 100 after shipping. Smaller lots. I'm trying to find a lot. Here's a 100 count lot for about 25 shipped. So might be able to squeeze 100, close to 100. Let's see. Dat Dude says, I sell the bubblegum card very fast. Yes, I do too. It does sell fast. George says, good starter at 50 to 75. Let's see. 83-84 hockey was no tops that year. Plus shipping, of course. Let's see. Maddie Matt says, I've been meaning to go check stores like that around me for nice items and cards to resell, but just never have. So I've gone to thrift. We have Goodwill here. We have St. Vinny's. That's the nickname. It's real is St. Vincent de Paul. And then there's also one that's next to the liquor store over here. A Grace. I don't go very often. And I think, at most of them, the good stuff doesn't hit the store floor. But you can still find. I mean, people hit up thrift stores all the time. I think your best bet is the small thrift stores. Not the Goodwills, not the St. Vinny's. Your best bet is going to small mom and pop thrift stores, secondhand stores to find that good stuff. And many times, kind of like with the estate sale that I had such good luck at over the summer, was the company running the estate sale didn't know cards. So sometimes you can, and it doesn't have to just be cards. It can be jerseys. I've got a friend who's big into jerseys, and he goes, sometimes TJ Maxx has authentic jerseys. But he knows what he's looking for. I wouldn't know. But sometimes stuff like that falls through the cracks. And somebody running an estate sale, they know this and that, but they don't know cards, or they don't know toys, or they don't know clothing, but they know something else. So you just got to go out and look. ABL, baby. ABL. Always be looking. George says, I went to the liquor store today, needed more Japanese gin. There you go. I had my Mickey Lights, my Michelob Ultras last night. I guess they're not light. Michelob Ultra. Maybe they are Michelob Ultra Lights. I don't know. Michelob Ultras. That's what I had last night. So that's what I had for today. I've still got quite a bit more to go through from the Goodwill palette. We'll see what else. I did go through yesterday morning. I talked about looking forward to finding what else was going to be in the Allen and Ginter boxes. I did. That's where those came from. Those were probably the best hits out of the Ginter boxes. But I found some other good stuff, and hopefully I'll find more. So we'll see what else I can find. And we're teetering on 2,000. So I'm like, it's like, where's the Brady? Where's the 2000 football? So far, I haven't found it's all been like 2001, 2002, 2003, even up to, I think the newest cards have been like 2009. It's been basically the first decade of the 2000s, and that's it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get, actually the Griffey, this was 2000. The Upper Deck Ionics was 2000. So there's got to be 2000 football. So it's either in the back of my car, still at Goodwill, or somebody before Goodwill took it, or somebody at Goodwill took it. I don't know, but we'll see. George also had some supermarket sushi. Yum. We have now I'd trust it more in Korea than Wisconsin, but I have had the supermarket sushi once here at our local, not Pickens, Metro Market. And it was okay. And I didn't get sick. Hobby Hotline. Yes. 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 45 minutes away. I believe Orlando will be on Hobby Hotline this weekend. So check it out on the Bench Clear Media channel in about 45 minutes. Let me know if you find an Anthony Bourdain Ginter. Yes, I will. What year was he in? Allen and Ginter. Anthony Bourdain Ginter. 2014. Wow, those sell for upwards of $20. Anthony Bourdain. Yeah, there's a lot of Allen and Ginter that have a surprisingly, there's a disc golf player that his sell for like $15 to $20. Manny Pacquiao goes for, at one time they went for like 75, but that might have been during the boom. Manny Pacquiao. There's a whole bunch of letters that don't make sense in Pacquiao's last name. Wow, they have really dropped in price. Holy shit. The last Pacquiao I had sold for like $60 to $75. Now they're down to about $10. Wow. The Portnoy, the Dave Portnoy used to be a 75. Actually, that was over 100 at one time. His are down to 15 to 20, 10 to 20 bucks. Holy shit. The Ginter craze has ended. Wow. What was because I did a blog post on the Portnoy Ginter card. Dave Portnoy, Allen and Ginter. Let's see, does it come up on a Google search? Oh, 1 million Cubs. You're slacking on the rankings. Let's type in Dave Portnoy baseball card. Maybe. Does that come up on Google? I can't remember what search string I used for the SEO. Dave Portnoy trading card. Not there either. All right, let's do Dave Portnoy, 1 million Cubs. Barstool's Dave Portnoy's baseball cards skyrocketing. All right, so the average eBay sold price in January of 2021, $72.82. And now they're probably averaging somewhere around 10 to 15, and maybe not even that high. Here's one that sold for $650. That one sold for about 11, so significantly less on the Ginter. Brian says, any good Nolans in this palette? I don't think. Actually, I did list a couple. I don't know what a good Nolan is, but I did list. I think I've sold a few already. There's an 81 Fleer. There's an 81 Fleer set in there. I just broke up and listed as singles. Oh shit, that Mike Schmidt is in shitty condition. Might have to take that one down. I'm pretty sure I listed a few Nolan Ryans in my store yesterday. 81 Fleer. Those are all Fleer. There might have been an O-Pee-Chee or a Leaf also. Oh, the upper decks. 89 upper deck. 89 upper deck. What else? 86 tops. And 86 Leaf. So, other than that, I would assume the rest are just your basic junk wax or similar. So there you go. George says all Nolans are good. There you go. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I'll go live again tomorrow morning, probably about the same time, around 8:30 Central Time. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Buy 7 or more cards, buy it now price, at regular price, buy it now, save 25% off at checkout. I've got auctions running. Discount code does not apply to auctions. I've got auctions ending on Tuesday night. We'll do a live stream starting at 7 p.m. on Tuesday night to count down the final hammer on the auctions that are currently going. It's football. Topic is football. Theme is football this week. I've got more auctions starting on Sunday night. So I've got about 75 auctions starting on Sunday night. And I think Sunday night's football auctions, and those are 7-day auctions, will be even better than what I've got going right now. So make sure to check those out when they open up Sunday during the Bears game. Bears and Texans on Sunday Night Football tomorrow. What else do I have to shill? That's about it. So check out the eBay store, like and subscribe tomorrow morning, similar time for Hobby Evolution. Hopefully I bring some more goodies from this Goodwill palette to show off tomorrow. Have a great Saturday. Enjoy the card shows if you're out and about doing card shows today. It's also, I think, Hobby Rip Night. So if you're at a card shop, have fun there too. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. We'll be back tomorrow.